everyone, I'm Meleah.
I'm Bri.
And today we're going to lay out exactly what you need to know for after you graduate. All of life after your graduation.
One checklist.
One checklist. We're going to cover everything. So first things first, take a deep breath. When you're staring into the face of your graduation, it's 100% normal to be so overwhelmed.
Yeah, because everything is going to change, it's true. So it's okay to be anxious because you'd be pretty weird if you weren't.
Yeah.
Like, who would calmly accept that?
Yes, who calmly accepts that you're walking into the
My whole life is changing, it's fine.
Yeah, if you're not stressed out, you're weird and like, I don't know what's up with you.
Or email me and tell me how you did that. That'd be great.
So now that you've taken a deep breath, you have two real options in front of you, right? Grad school, job.
And I would say for grad school, think about if you actually need that, because it is easy to be scared and be so anxious and just be like, oh, I'll stay in school. But make sure it's something you actually need, and do you need to specialize to go on with your career, or can you just start having work experience?
Yeah, there are lots of pros and cons of each. There are differences up front, right? Like if you're going to grad school, you'll have already like applied for admission, blah, 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 blah. But the rest of the steps are pretty similar. Your life is still gonna change in some way. So step 2, figure out where you're gonna live. No big deal. That's a super small thing to figure out. If you're going to grad school, you already know what town you want to live in. If you're moving for a job, you know what town. If you don't have a job yet, you have so many options. If it's not close by, you probably have to use a broker, which is scary and a pain. But I've had friends do it and it's been totally fine.
And then if you're going to grad school, a lot of times there's forums or like Facebook groups that you can find a roommate if you don't want to move somewhere by yourself.
If you're staying local, one option, our editor Elise has tried this, you can move back in with your parents.
That's a really good option financially. Like I have some friends, they're saving so much money, trying to get them to pay our tabs when we go out. But no, it is good like financially, but if you're gonna do that, I would have an exit strategy. So just make sure you have a plan of what you're gonna do to not stay there.
And you can read more content about that on this site. We've totally mined Elise's life, and she has all of the moving back in with your parents advice you could ever need.
Next, update your LinkedIn. If you don't have one, make one now.
You need one.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to have a LinkedIn. You'll use it to keep in touch with your classmates from your undergrad. You'll use it to keep in touch with colleagues you've already met, maybe through internships or an on-campus job. You'll also use it going forward because you're going to make a ton of new connections in this like transition period especially.
And if you're looking for jobs, it's easy too because then you can see the companies that you're looking at.
Speaking of jobs, start your job search. Use Google. And whether you're going to grad school or moving for a job, you need a job.
And one thing I did when looking for jobs is the cities I was interested in looking at, I would find lists of the best, whatever career you're going into, the best like agency for this or that, whatever company. And then all of those are the best, so maybe out of college that you're not gonna land a job there. It gives you an idea of who's in that city and it helps you like find other companies. And so that's how I kind of started making my list.
And we have a whole video on this where we interview our HR wizard, Melanie. But you start looking at that list, and once you look at that list, you look at what they're looking for, and when you have those, you update your resume.
And that's going to be important no matter where you're going, because you're always going to need a resume.
You need to update your resume for 2 reasons. Even if you think you're not going to get a job, it's way easier to update your resume a little bit at a time than it is to go back and update it like 3 years later. It's so much easier to just go ahead and update it.
For sure.
But also get a job.
Yeah,
which
you
is
probably need one of those.
Just our next step, get a job.
That's like, I would say the most anxiety-inducing thing coming out of college. That's like the biggest thing. Unless you're going to grad school, which getting a grad school is scary also, but having a job is fun.
Everything is scary. Yeah. If for whatever reason you cannot find a job, you can't find it, it's not allowed in your grad program, whatever, then make a flyer for babysitting. Like you can side hustle and get paid in cash. Pet sitting, house cleaning, tutoring, you can do anything and make some money, but you need to be making money. If you're going to do grad school, but not right now, you can also do a gap year.
So I have a lot of friends that did this, and I used to kind of think it was their way out. I'm like, okay, gap year, I want to travel the world too. That sounds great. I'm not gonna be adult. I'm just gonna eat food in Italy. But you actually can use it to pad your resume. One of my really good friends actually did City Year. It's a program that's meant for gap year. And she got into, I think, better grad schools than she would have out of undergrad, and she does need to go to grad school. But it was a really good experience for her. It was a work experience. She got paid, and it padded her resume a lot. So there's stuff like that. Or I know some friends who did Peace Corps.
Peace Corps is longer than a year,
it's longer
but
than
same
a year,
concept.
But I think there's some like different programs, yeah, you can do that's like that for a year. That's gonna look really good on your resume, and you're gonna learn a lot. But it's not just I took a year off.
Right. Don't take a year off.
Yeah.
Do something worthwhile. Like, do something important with your gap year.
Yes.
And P.S., once you get a job, negotiate your salary. One thing a lot of fresh grads do is they get an offer and they're like, oh my God, you want to hire me?
That's so much money.
Yes, but always negotiate. You should be negotiating everything. And this like leads into step 7, build an emergency fund. You'll need it.
Yeah, you never know what's going to come up.
Life is expensive. You can also use that babysitting money for your emergency fund.
Yeah, I was saying, if you had that like summer, you can just make some cash. Like moving into a new place, you're going to want so much more stuff.
Yes. And with the emergency fund, you'll also want to go ahead, checklist number 8. Make a plan for repaying your student loans.
Interest is going to get you, so do it as fast as you can. There's a lot of options, I guess, so I don't even know where to go. Just see what's best for you.
Especially for federal student loans, the good old US of A gives you plenty of options. You can do whatever, but the thing to remember is the sooner you pay them off, the better. And finally, mentally prepare.
This kind of goes back to like taking a deep breath at the beginning. You're going to have to stay calm for a lot of this because it's a lot of change, a lot of anxiety.
A lot of change.
But it's going to feel very, I think, make or break it. And I think everyone always also has that friend that like landed some awesome dream job,
Yes.
moved to LA, got super hot and a boyfriend at the same time. Like their whole life just got put together, which is fine. Great for them. But that's not, a lot of people don't do that. And you never, like, this might not even be your career for the rest of your life.
Right.
Your job might not even exist yet. You're probably going to change it a lot anyways. Because, I mean, with technology, you really don't know.
You have no idea.
So you're just getting your start. Just remember that. It's just a start. You're getting somewhere. You're going to build up. Life's going to change a lot anyway.
This is basically just like step 1. You know, you can do anything. If you get a job, you don't like it, get a new job. Get a job, you don't like it, go back to school. You want to change your career, go back to school. Want to change your career? Change your career.
That's the hard part, is figuring out what you want to do and then just go for it. Like, go hard for it, because like now is also the time in life to take risks, because when else in your life are you going to have this little to lose? Like, you're going to have a lot more to lose the rest of your life. So just remember
set your goals, stay focused, and then get ready to hustle. You're going to have to do some hard work, but it's going to be super worth it. So after graduation, there are 9 things you need to do. 1, take a deep breath. 2, figure out where you're going to live. 3, update your LinkedIn. 4, start your job search. 5, update your resume. 6, get a job. 7, start building your emergency fund. 8, make a plan for repaying your student loans. And 9, mentally prepare. And basically, our checklist is just a way to figure these things out. And we really hope it helps you. If it did help you, give this video a like. And subscribe to our channel. We're going to be doing a lot more of these videos, and you'll be able to find videos on every conceivable topic, basically, for the millennial lifestyle. Yo.
What more could you want?